Welcome to My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. And if you're watching this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I ask you to please go and subscribe and help the growth and the development of this channel. This morning, we want to look at two incidents. One, police in Spanish Town have put a dent on the newly formed bedbugs gang. And secondly, we want to look at the death of a spiritual leader who was gunned down in St. Elizabeth. But you know what? I'm going to start with the spiritual leader. And I'm reading from Luke, and it says a bishop and a spiritual leader was gunned down at his home in Denby Castle near Jointwood in St. Elizabeth on Wednesday night. The deceased has been identified as Jerome Hilton. He was a bishop at the New Testament Spiritual Church of God International, Elohim True Faith in the parish, according to his Facebook profile. Well, reports are that about 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday, Hilton and two other men were at his home when men armed with guns entered the premises. The intruders later opened fire, hitting Hilton several times before fleeing the scene. The other two men who were at the house managed to escape unharmed. An alarm was raised, the police alerted, and Hilton was found suffering from gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. And, you know, when they say someone is a spiritual leader in Jamaica, it's just another term for Obeah man. And persons have been so sad about the killing of this man, you wonder what he did to meet his demise. But at the end of the day, maybe persons fear him, so they took his life. Maybe he took someone's money to work his Obeah and it did not materialize. I don't know, I'm just saying. Because now in Jamaica, it's like every other day there's another situation, a different type of killing, but and a different parish. But every day the murder rate seems to be 4 or 5 persons per day. And at this rate, sooner or later, there'll be no one living in the island of Jamaica based on what's going on. At some point, this has to stop. And we're asking law-abiding citizens, anybody who knows anything about the killing, you don't necessarily have to go to the police station and give the police any report. There's so much avenues these days that you can utilize so that the police can find these perpetrators of these crimes against people. But, you know, it's a sad situation. Persons in his community look up to him as a spiritual leader. Persons are fuming at the passing of him. Some persons are yet to come to grips with the death of Bishop Jerome Hilton, spiritual leader. But these gunmen, they have taken it another step. Once, when you was growing up, you would have never heard of pastors being killed, or even worse yet, persons killed in church. And recently, we know of the situation with Angelo Garwood, that woman from Trelawney who was murdered in the church, Agape Christian Fellowship Church in Trelawney. So no place is exempted, nobody is exempted from these hoodlums who go around and try to take people's life and create mayhem and destruction in Jamaica. But even though hanging is still on the books in Jamaica, they haven't hung anybody for years. And the human rights groups all across the world are up in arms against hanging. So it's a battle that Jamaica is fighting. But until we do something about executing some of these criminals, I think the situation will just keep on reoccurring. But let me know what you think. As we say, rest in peace to the Bishop Jerome Hilton in St. Elizabeth. But you can let me know what you think. And if you know anything, have any information, you can always send me a message and give us more information. Anything happening in your area, you can always send me a message also. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The other news we want to look at is that the St. Catherine North Police say they have dealt a significant blow to one of the criminal organizations responsible for the recent fear up in violence in the division. 3 young men believed to members of the bedbug gangs were taken into custody following a series of technology and intelligence-driven operations in Rivoli, Windsor Road, and nearby communities, the police have reported. On Thursday, February 18 at 4:15 p.m., a joint police-military operation was launched in the El Parado Vista community in Spanish Town, which resulted in the arrest of a reputed leader of the bedbug gang, 16-year-old Dante Hope. And I repeat, 16-year-old Dante Hope. And persons in Spanish Town who are familiar with Spanish Town would realize the last name Hope. And he is the son of former one other leader, Andrew Bunman Hope. So just like father, just like son, nobody seems to want to break the curse of being involved in criminal activity. On February 17, a joint police military team was on a patrol in the Rivoli community. During the operation, a group of men fled upon seeing the team. Members of the team gave chase and eventually accosted them. One Stern Ruger pistol, along with a magazine containing 14 9mm rounds, were taken from 18-year-old Shenard Allen, OC 21, who hails from Manchester Street, address in Spanish Town. So you can see these are all teenagers. Dante Hope, 16, and now Shenard Hamilton, 18 years old. Now, these are young youths in the prime of their life. All these guys should be doing is either going back to school, learning a skill, learning a trade, or something like that. But instead, the gang lifestyle is what they chose. And now, why would you name a gang Bedbug Gang? Even though we have gotten to understand that the Bedbug Gang is a breakaway fraction from the Klansman Gang. But how different it is, 16-year-old Dante Hope, his father Andrew Bunman Hope was a done for the one other side. So you'd have thought that he would have joined the forces with his father's side. Well, unfortunately, he has joined the other side. And right now, the police have held him. And I hope they will have sufficient information as it relates to his criminal activities. And again, on February 10 at about 4:30 p.m., a targeted operation, the police arrested 23-year-old music producer Dameli Edwards, OC Bash, or D, of Windsor Road after he was held with a 9mm pistol and 15 rounds of ammunition. The police said that as investigation into recent flare-up of gang violence in the old capital continue, they are confident that these ongoing operations will continue to bear fruit. And the police is encouraging members of the public to share any form of information that they have. And according to the police, the counter-gang strategy continues in the division. Several operations have been conducted with the aim of disrupting the activities of gangsters and protecting the lives and livelihood of people of Spanish Town and its environs. Now, anybody is familiar with Spanish Town knows that the gang situation in Spanish Town is a disaster. This minute in the capital, it is nice and easy. The next minute, it is chaotic, because gang members go and trade bullets. Some come to the main area in Spanish Town, leave people dead, and it's a chaotic situation. Hoping that now that some form of calm is in Spanish Town now, the police are doing a good job. We hope that this capture of these men from the bedbug gang, who we understand was hot and rising in Spanish Town. We hope that based on the capture of these men, we will see a lull in their activities, and Spanish Town will continue to see some semblance of peace and no more heartache and criminal activities in and around. But Spanish Town is a difficult place to police. As we know, the extortion racket is there, the Klansman gang is there, the break off of various gangs is in Spanish Town, and it makes policing very difficult, and it makes law-abiding citizen life very difficult to traverse these areas. But hoping that since the police have held on to these men, there will be a little light at the end of the tunnel, and some normalcy will return, and that there will be no form of anything like the Klansman gang of old that disrupted lives and property in Spanish Town. But you know what? Let me know what you think in the comment section. The police and the Commissioner of Police and Minister of National Security had made a vow earlier that they are going to disrupt the gangs in Spanish Town. Well, if this is the start of it, we commend them and hope to see much more measures. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Until next time, stay safe, look out for the children, look out for a loved one, look out for a neighbor, and most of all, keep it locked on My Opinion TV.